So the ball just bouncing their way now. Reggie Thorpe will take it. 11:05 to go in the game, 18-15 in favor of Herkimer. Getting it behind to Carcaterra. He's been the high scorer today. He and Tesserero both have 5.
Get on him!
Just taking plenty of time, looking for the good shot, because they've got the lead. And this is Murphy on this near side. Murphy goes around a couple of people behind a back pass. And just everything bouncing for Herkimer this night. Stopped by Miller. Nice save. Gets it out. But taken away by Murphy.
I thought one of the Gate brothers just snuck on the field on that pass.
Carver being pummeled, surrounded, pounded, knocked down.
Yes, an injury.
But for Herkimer, it's just been team coordination and quickness and unselfishness. Although they have 2 players with 10 goals between them, a lot of ball movement for the Herkimer Generals. Another stop by Miller. Whoa, he almost scooped it into his own goal. And Andy Martin. Heffernan tried the backhand shot. Holding called on Herkimer, so it'll be an extra man situation for Essex.
If there's a time to put one in the hole right now, now's the time.
Well, they desperately need it. 9 minutes to go. And they've got to put some pressure on the other team here by getting close. Good pass on the crease to Carver, number 4, and Jamie Carver from Calvert Hall gets his 2nd goal. It is now 18-16 in favor of Herkimer. Looks like a timeout called by Tim Poles of Essex. Stay with TV 20. We'll be right back. Herkimer has been, since a 1-0 Essex lead, ahead or tied throughout the entire game. Essex has never led, and whenever they get up to a tie, which they did, I think, twice, once Herkimer took the lead, Herkimer comes right back and scores 2 or 3 quick goals. But Essex coming up with the face-off, Jason Myers. They trail by 2. Ball goes over to Andy Martin, to Kelly, to Allender. Martin trying to get by, gets it to Kelly. Now that pass through too many sticks. And Herkimer just picks it off, and they come very quickly the other way. Nelson back on. We got an injured Herkimer player down. And we don't know what happened, but he is on the ground. Everybody coming. Should be Herkimer possession because they had the ball when the timeout was called for the injury. Herkimer just taking their time. They got a 2-goal lead. Essex knowing, of course, they desperately need to get the ball.
He's holding on freaks back. He moves, guys, move.
Aggressive, White, don't watch him. Poke! Andy, poke! That's how that works. Stay on him, stay on him, stay on him!
Look out for Herkimer as the shot goes by the goal. Coach Tim Poole's wife, Cassie, pulls up here shouting encouragement to her husband's team. Ball blocked there by Chenworth. Gets it back to the goalie. Here's a long pass.
Interference.
Interference with the goalkeeper called against Herkimer. 7:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Essex will get the ball, trailing by 2. Essex needs to get a goal, cut the margin to 1, and exert a little more pressure.
Well, the tone of the game right now strikes me as a situation where Herkimer's just hanging on by their fingernails. I mean, Essex is on the verge of trying to make a move. I mean, they're starting to be a little bit more aggressive, taking some chances on defense, although it's not quite soon enough to start taking radical chances. But I really get the feeling like Herkimer is holding on.
Well, it's called against Herkimer. We don't know what happened because it wasn't obviously where the ball was. Moving pick called against Herkimer.
I think you're right, Bob. Essex can't panic yet. You know, there's still a lot of time here. They're only down 2 goals, and they've been sort of force-feeding it a little bit here on the offense. Need to show a little bit more patience. Keep the pressure on the D.
Andy Martin scores.
Yeah, see, it'll pay off. I mean, Martin making a real nice, what we used to call a dip dodge.
Gosh, that was gorgeous.
You don't see that very often, it seems, but a great move. And just what you said before, I mean, now it's a 1-goal game, and there's still 6.5 minutes left. So.
Heffernan to Martin. That is Andy Martin's 4th goal. He and Joe Donena with 4 goals each for Essex. Jim Hallett with 3. Argued in the Supreme Court. There's one problem earlier this year was that some of them were being manufactured illegal.
Right, I think it was the turbo.
Yeah, so a lot of problems. But Herkimer comes up with the ball, and they've got the lead. So Carcaterra just... Chenworth doing everything he can within the rules. But 6 minutes now to go in the game.
Well, it's quite clear with this that Herkimer is trying to kill as much time as they can. It seems to me like Nelson, the attackman now handling the ball, who just passed off to Carcaterra. Well, both the attackmen should be pressing the ball a little bit closer into the goal.
This could backfire because
I think it's a dangerous move at this point.
A little bit too early with 5:27 left to sit on the ball.
Well, that's what they're doing, and Essex just get frustrated because they can't get a hold of the ball, and they trail by a goal. Tie would force us into overtime. Murphy, he's dangerous. And he stumbles. Everybody goes down. But Herkimer hangs on. Point blank save that time by Miller. Comes Essex. Essex now desperately trying to get the tying goal, but they need to be patient because there's plenty of time here.
Box area is a busy area right now.
Martin scores! Andy Martin, his 5th goal, has tied it up. 4:30 to go, and we are tied at 18. 36 goals scored in this game, and we don't have a winner. What a contest, a real tribute to both of these teams who played yesterday. And they've come out here fired up today and just given it all they've got. And whoever wins, this is a terrific lacrosse game. This is a terrific any kind of game. And the Essex fans are now really fired up. They're on their feet trying to fire up their players. Essex with the face-off. Get it back to Heffernan. Now again, they don't want to get too carried away here. Need to be patient and set up the good play. And we get it over to Andy Martin. There's a good play.
There's a wise choice right now. He's sort of hot.
Hallett back to Allender. Allender almost lost it. Kelly looks around, looks around. Andy Martin in the middle. 3:47 to go in the game. We're tied at 18. Martin being closely checked. And he rolls it by the goal. Picked up by Baker. And here comes Herkimer. They're not done yet by any stretch of the imagination. So now Essex got to go to work again on defense. Here's Roos all alone. Knocked away.
Why didn't he shoot it?
I don't know.
Chenworth. Hallett's pass is intercepted. And here comes Herkimer. Looked like Essex would get a break there, and they didn't succeed. Crucial play. Herkimer takes time. Now the officials and the coaches, everybody over there talking about something. This might be a solution to the Mideast crisis, or it might simply be some concern about some kind of violation. Tim Pulls is out there. Paul Wareham is out there.
Wilson, there could be, I'm just guessing, but there's a new rule in lacrosse this year. In the last 2 minutes of the contest, the team that's winning the game has to keep the ball in the box. And there's 2:50 left, so we're approaching that time period. But right now, nobody's winning the game. So I'm interested to see how the referees are going to play this when we hit the 2-minute mark.
Well, it's Herkimer with the ball, so obviously they have the advantage because there's been a lot of scoring. And they have the ball with just now 2:30 to go. And they retain possession. Essex got to get back on defense. Here comes a shot and a score. Number 18.
All right, so Herkimer kind of comes out of their shell. Murphy finally takes a shot. I thought Herkimer has passed up a number of those shot opportunities in the last couple of
Jeremy
minutes.
Murphy has 5 goals. Tesserero has 5 goals. Carcaterra has 5 goals. So of their 19, those 3 gentlemen have 15 of those goals. And this puts Essex in another hole. They've got 2:26 to try to tie it up.
Again, we just saw it again, Bob. The best offense is an unsettled situation. And, you know, you can diagram the best plays in the world, but that's the best offense.
Well, he was wide open on that shot. The ball somewhere under all those people. Herkimer comes out with it. They definitely had the advantage on face-offs and ground balls. And there's one on the ground. Flag down. We'll get a tripping call. So Essex will get the ball. And a 1-minute tripping call, so the advantage to Essex here to try to tie it up. They'll have the extra man play. 2:01 to go in the game. And the NJCAA people here very happy seeing this well-played, close, exciting ball game. Big crowd here today at Catonsville Community College. And why not? Great lacrosse, beautiful day. And Essex trying to tie it up again. Andy Martin hit the pipe. Oh. Well, that could come back to be one that Essex will never forget, and it's intercepted. Yeah, that pass just too slow. Taken back by Essex. Look out as they get hit. Flag, flag. Heffernan is bulldozed to the ground. So Essex will again get the ball. 1:18 to go in the game. Herkimer by 1. And that shot by Andy Martin that hit the pipe may loom large
Might
as
remember
years
that.
go by.
Hopefully he won't have to remember that shot, but there's still a lot of time left.
1:18. And again, if you're Paul Wareham for Herkimer, 1:18 seems like forever. If you're Tim Poles, it seems like not nearly enough.
No matter what happens today, Wilson, both teams have given it everything you could possibly have.
That we've had a super championship game. Championship games sometimes never live up to their billing, but this one has. And Essex with Kelly's shot stopped by Baker. Essex really desperate now to try to do something. Herkimer fires at the length of the field. Taken by the Essex goalie, Miller. He is knocked down. Tripping, 45 seconds to go. And Tim Poles takes a timeout. 45 seconds to go. Herkimer by 1. Stay with TV 20. We'll be right back. Extra man play, which would last in essence the rest of the game unless they score. They'll have the ball, and this would be their chance. Couldn't ask for much more than this, to have the extra man have the ball. Andy Martin to Allender. Back to Martin. Kelly. Martin to Allender. Back to Heffernan. Kelly. Donetta scores to tie it. Joe Donetta gets his 5th goal, 28 seconds to go, and we're looking at maybe overtime. And gentlemen, what happens in overtime?
In overtime, we'll run a sudden death here, and the first goal would be the victor. That was a nice look on the crease by Kelly, and Donetta, boy, he turned around and put it right in the upper right-hand corner.
That's 5 goals for Donetta along with Andy Martin. So we've got 4 5-goal scorers today. Carcaterra, Tesserero, Donetta, and Martin. 28 seconds to go. 19-19. Sounds like a football game.
Bob, I don't know about you, but I'm a little exhausted watching it. How about you?
Yeah, really. I mean, 23 seconds left. There's a whole new ball game.
Nelson, and it's Herkimer with the ball, knocked away, kicked away Chenworth. Just getting it out of there is important as we try to go to overtime for both teams. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and, well, just what the fans love, and not the coaches necessarily, but overtime in a national championship game.
Yeah, when you get in these sudden death situations, I mean, it's pretty obvious, like you just said, Wilson. Ball possession really can't be any more crucial.
Jason Myers out there for Essex on the face-off, and these guys are going to give it everything they've got. Roos comes up with it for Herkimer. He's being double-teamed over there.
Great double team on the part of Essex.
Manolio brings it up for Essex. Big series here. The first team to score is the national champion. We played 61 minutes almost, and it's down to this. And all that's gone before has just gotten them here. Heffernan. Martin! Andy Martin wins the national championship. 6 goals for Andy Martin, and Essex has done it. After